Oh! Maybe it works. It's exciting. Hey, Lurian! Kebab, hello, hey, Aso, hey, Arnthorium. Scar, hello. Hey, Connect, say, hey, buddy, trouble. I feel like I liked Neo's Fury the one time I tried it with Ironclad. Maybe we try it again. I could also Precarious Shears, I suppose. But I feel like I've hated that every time I've done it. And I could New Leaf, which would be fine. I'd go Nial's Torment. How's it going, chat? This Nial's Fury will be better if I ever get cards I would like to bring back to my hand, huh? What's the salsa situation like? It's attacking for 14, and then it's attacking for not 14, but still a bit. So I have to bash it. Did I not have to bash it? Would have saved 1 health if I didn't, I think. Inferno, first pick in a kin act, seems very strong. The next patch is going to be 26 Niao relics and nothing else. What a journey. Unbreakable AGWR. Connexi, thanks for giving us up to Humph. Have I been ranking my favorite wins? I'm not sure I have been. Should I be? Maybe I'm missing out. These are not the 3 cards that I added already. These are substantially worse than them. Okay, I won't take those ones. It's a very early spoils map, huh? I think I might be able to take it. The legends were true. Shade, thanks for the 52 months. Glad you're enjoying the book. I feel like the spoils potion says unplayable on it, yes. My favorite loss so far in Slay the Spire. The iteration of the door that stole a card every 10th card, stealing my win condition, and then trying to work out how to win, and being like 3 damage short. That was sweet as hell. It's like a Blood Wall with this Inferno. Blood Whirl has done okay for me on Ironclad. Fascinating. I really am just headed toward only having Inferno. I'm thinking about card remove Stone Armor here. There's a Bloodletting, which is pretty cool. Alright, Kinda don't have a potion. And Buzzed Bee. Mr. B is about to end your run. Oh no. I have not drawn. Blood Wall on the right turn. That's okay. I don't think Ashwater is doing much better than this at any point in this run. I share the seed. I feel a little bit better about not sharing the seeds while I'm playing the run. There's not like a huge thing, but slight preference. You can find all of the seeds that I have played in the Analyzed Runs tab of the spreadsheet that's linked in the title though. It's just like, you won't be able to find that until after I have played them. Double Inferno, and that's like my deck. This is very weird. Jorget. I assumed that the infections didn't hit me on my turn, since they hit me after I press end turn. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Jorget with double stone armor is, like, actually kind of legit, huh? You can see the relics in deck now? Nice. Very nice. Right now, going off from infections, honestly, sounds like a bug, but okay. It says on your turn. It happens after you press end turn. That doesn't... What? Anyway. What does the overlay say? I have 2 in flame. I don't know. Sounds like it's not a perfect overlay. I'll make it. That sure does hit for 15 and full block. Pretty good card. Alright, very good Birdonis. Blood Potion's nice. Shuriken seems confused. Shuriken does not appear to understand what's happening this run. This is not a very good Colossus right now, huh? Should I just assume that Colossus becomes good later? Maybe. It is kind of terrible here. Happy Mother's Day to you as well, Dink Dad. New e-reader fits in your cargo pants pocket. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Blood Wall? Kinda sweet. Maybe a hot take, I don't know. Hey, Huviantic. Have I ever had a mother? Me personally? Possible. I think I'm gonna take Flame Barrier over Hemokinesis. Hemokinesis does a lot of damage, right? If I've got Inferno in play as well. Like, even if I don't have Inferno in play, Hemokinesis already deals a lot of damage. But then if I do... thing is, Flame Barrier also does that, and it says gain 12 block on it. So that might be even better. Let's grab a Strength, I think? Almost full blocked. Got all my plating in play. That is a full block. This deck kind of slaps. Fire Potion, Bag of Prop. I like Bag of Prop. I could go Anger Shuriken, kind of. Maybe I just take a Hemokinesis with double Inferno. I've been offered some pretty good stuff so far this run. Going to shave, any tips? You just kind of get rid of all of the hair, I think. Usually that's been my approach. $18 versus 21. I want this damage. Skin safe acids that will dissolve hair. I don't know. This is crushing. This is a bit ridiculous. It is kind of hard for feed to work, given how much damage I deal kind of incidentally with other things. Offering, though. Offering is usually good, and seems especially good here. Oh, this is the one that gives clone, right? Unlucky. I think Goopy Defense would be fine here. I think extra card draw early is okay. Might just go Goopy Defense. Still have all 4 defends. Ironclad kind of likes cards exhausting, but it's mostly just that the defends will get to a point where they block for 20 or whatever. Clone Inferno would have been sick. Not the one I was planning to clone, but okay. Clone Offering. Also not the one I would have cloned. I feel like I have to hemokinesis here. Hey, Blue Man! I'm not watching mini Jorbs if you're not. I'm gonna pay 2, 3. Some amount of health to stack my defender. Is Rupture better than Dominate Plus here? That is not a conclusion that I'm prepared to make. Dominate is a very good card. It's also possible Flame Barrier is better than both of them. I wish the other card was upgraded. Like, I wish Rupture was upgraded so I could just take it over Dominate and feel good about myself. You're watching from the colonoscopy waiting room. It's exciting. Our health is important. And an important priority. My damage is kind of slow, so I'm going to play this. I have regrets. Dominate Plus being potentially the worst card in a card reward is kind of crazy. Yeah, that was a very good card reward screen. Zombie! Do I want Flame Barrier back? Probably. Do I want a Shrug Plus? I think I don't. Shrug Plus is a pretty good card, but I only have 3 energy and I have Goopy Defense. Feels like it just kind of gets in the way of stronger things that are going on in this deck. Not Uppercut, not Twin Strike. Shrug Plus, though? How do you say no to Shrug Plus? Like, I'm pretty happy playing Shrug Plus on most turns of the remainder of the game. Thank you, Danjuma. Anyone had the first floor of an act be a question mark? Had one mode of the first floor of Act 2 be a question mark? I've never seen that before. I'm just gonna say I don't need it. Deck has some very strong stuff going on. I did not consider how difficult it might be to actually play my Goopy Defense. But it hasn't been easy with these Infernos just killing everything. You play for who? Tremblay? I don't really have a reason to care about it right now. Body Slam, Hell from Beyond. Hell from Beyond. Hell from Beyond? And make it work? We're in a very restricted synergy space here. A lot of cards are not very good. It would often be very good. Something innate and retain. Flame Barrier, I guess, would be the sensible thing. So I can play it against the multi-attack turns. I think instead... Oh, Niall's Fury would also be okay. I think instead I'm actually just going to take Happy Flower. Ripple Basin goes off a lot. What about Ripple Basin? Bizarrely good Ripple Basin, right? But Jorbs, thanks for the 52 months. Appreciate it. I read comments on my old YouTube vids. It's just like a feed of all the comments that the channel has gotten. And they just sort by newest unread. And go until there are no more, usually. Oh, Happy Flowers Sword Boomerang. I'm gonna take the Ripple Basin. It's not the one I thought I was gonna take at the start of the shop. It feels good though. I don't know. We'll see how it does. Gleason, going quite well. $28 block. Want to put this on some other number? Probably. Well, I didn't. Iron Wave, Thunderclap, Molten Fist. Iron Wave doesn't make a ton of sense with a Ripple Basin. Doesn't make a ton of sense with a Ripple Basin. Sorry, now I've taken a card which makes it so I can't take attacks either. Like, what? Which cards can I take for the rest of the run? Nothing? You know, sorry, everything's to 26 months. Appreciate it. I have a favorite defect hold. Which elite would taste the best? Favorite defect card, sorry. Other than Claw? Wow, Exterminate's kind of good here. That's like the only card I really need for Rupture to make sense in the deck. Which it previously didn't, so that does achieve something to now have a reason that Rupture makes sense in the deck. Oh, sorry, I forgot about the eating thing. The best elite to eat. Do you think Mr. Bees tastes like honey? Seems like an important thing to consider when answering this question. Verdonis does look like it could taste good. That's very much a thing. Breakthrough? I mean... that card does some things for our deck, doesn't it? I don't know if I want it. I think what I want is like 2 more Blood Walls and I win. And that's not a Blood Wall. Do I want any Evil Eye? I have Exhaust on my defense. Exhaust on this. Exhaust on this. I think I do. Okay. Get on the Bone's a pretty good relic. Seems somewhat relevant to my current interests in the run as well. I know who Athene is. I used to play poker with Athene. Very long time ago. Not like with Athene, but like against Athene. Ouch. A World of Warcraft sect leader. Yep. Any fun or interesting stories? He was not incredible at poker, but was certainly not like one of the worst players either. I did not successfully use Flame Barrier in that fight, to be sure. However, I feel like we're okay. This Bloodletting Plus changes the character of the deck somewhat, I would say. Now all of a sudden I want to take Pommel Strikes and the like. What point am I dealing too much damage to myself? I think Meat on the Bone makes it pretty hard for me to be dealing too much damage to myself. Something to keep an eye on, though. It would be nice if they didn't die next turn. But I don't think that's a thing I can do. Oh well. I'm failing to stack 2 of the defense. It's too true, thanks for the 51 months, appreciate it. Every 3 turns I draw an extra card. That's nice with the Bloodling. Don't hate it. Pretty good Flame Barrier. You know that the gorillas are actually human beings? It's like nothing means anything anymore, right? Fucked up. You want a content warning? That is not what I would assume my stream needed a content warning for. Bash, exterminate, strike. And a fire potion. I need to take 1 more damage. So the answer is, I'm still not dealing myself enough damage, it turns out. Burning Pact versus Bloodwall is certainly a decision. Lantern's really nice with Bag of Prob. I think I'm taking Bloodwall over Burning Pact. This Bloodwall is obscene, right? What is the art? That's gross. Just saying. That's that art is unpleasant. I think actually I'm gonna take Burning Pact. I don't know. Bloodwall's cool. This is Burning Pact though. Not the upgrade I need. This third one's kind of fine. I guess save my defense for later. It's a longer fight. I don't think I need potion. That could use 20 cascades and a Chemex. I suppose so. I suppose it could. Oh, we're hitting. I have stone armors in my deck? The striker moves would be very nice. The nice thing re-decknating striker moves is it doesn't have a lot of like other bad cards in it. So it does mostly just get to ignore the strikes it draws. Sour things to 52 months, appreciate it. Oh gosh, this Crimson Mantle. Doesn't actually work, right? Does it work? I don't know. Is it a separate proc for Infernos? It must be. It must be a separate proc. I wonder if Barricade is better. I could definitely see Barricade being better. Barricade with this much passive block generation is quite good. Can I get it in play? Like, kind of. With Goopy defends as well. I think I probably can get it in play. I'm going to take Barricade over it. Two random curses and 3 wishes. I just go for a blood-soaked rose. I think the wishes win. Music Box doesn't feel like it's at its strongest here, although honestly duplicating exterminates might also win. There are a lot of ways to win here. But just having a bit more energy per turn to play Barricade seems good. If I went for wishes, I could like wish for Offering and then wish for Barricade and get Barricade and play that way, which would also be fine. I think this is good. This way I can remove strikes instead of removing curses. That one, and that one. That one, that one, that one. Wasn't a very good turn one. I guess I have 16 plated armor. Maybe it was a good turn one. Upon further examination, it does seem okay. Mutiny Poop Sock, hello. There's a lot of powers I didn't really want to put in play in the situation I was in. Tricky. $20, 37, listen for now. Okay, bit of a scuffed feeling fight. Tremblay? I'm good. I could use Havoc to potentially remove Enthralled. Is Neon's Fury actually a good card? It's a pretty good card, yeah. We've got options here. I think I might be taking Bread. Rolling Boulder is a way to have more damage. I don't do much. Sword of Boomerang? Probably not. Not sure I can call this. But I can deal myself a tremendous amount of damage in the fight. So, I'm gonna say worth. I've got 4 strength already. Hemokinesis hits even harder. I think if I had Gambler's Brew, which I'm okay with doing. 1, 2. Got an Inferno and a Defend upgrade. The Defend upgrade, not perhaps the most relevant. Order? Whoops. Is there a special message for if you die to training dummy? I personally never find out. I am very confident in my ability to defeat training dummy. Not if you fail to kill training dummy. If you die to the training dummy fight. Different thing. I got them all. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I played Hemokinesis to get the kill... Oh, actually, I can play Inferno Blood Wall just right now. Nice. Rage Plus isn't doing it for me. Whirlwind on 5 energy? All of a sudden I have 5 energy. It's kind of playable. I have a lot of strength scaling. Maybe I take that. Blame Reddit, probably. Not Reddit again. Art looks so good. The antecedent, thanks to the Prime. Appreciate it. Yep. Feeling okay about the barricade pickup right now. These two relics both give energy per turn. Stone armor. Centennial puzzle. See what I can do. I think I'm duplicating my deck. That seems very good. I assume double enthralled I can still play the enthralleds, but maybe I can't. Hit Uniflux. It's very good only with Goopy defense. It's just good when it's good. Which is a variety of moments. This doesn't scale, right? The enemy? Fury can get back. I have a lot of plated armor. Guess an evil eye? You just click no card on the LCRA. Cool. You can just backspace and your message won't be sent. I do know that thing. Should I use my colorless potion for a purity or something here? I don't think so. Finding a reliable way to deal with the bad luck would be real nice though. Bad luck does proc Inferno. We do have that going for us. Maybe I meant to care about the body slam there? I did not like how much damage I took last time. Maybe I meant to play like Rupture here or something. Let's try doing it this way. This fight shouldn't be difficult, it's just I have to take less damage. As long as I take less damage, we're good. Alright. Yeah, that was very helpful. Headbutt to get Burning Pact or something? I don't know. Headbutt to get Bloodletting? Arctic Monkeys is just one monkey. Weird that they pluralize it. Doesn't make any sense, huh? I feel like the world presents itself a certain way, and then you like look inside the cover, and it's not that at all. I just exactly full heal? I think I just exactly full healed. Hopefully that wins. So if I defend, I can't Neos Fury. If I Bloodletting, I draw some cards, right? Huh. Now I can Neos Fury. I can get back Inferno, Inferno. I probably just want one Inferno. I think taking 1 damage per turn is plenty. For that 59 months surdy bag. And out of these remaining cards, I play Fury Flame Barrier? I don't know. Maybe? That seems fine. I guess I could just play Flame Barrier. Technically, this is the most block. Maybe I just take the most block. Did I attack you? Yes. He's simply ironic. Does Inferno self-damage stack? You take more damage if you have more copies of Inferno, but you don't deal damage multiplicatively. So you like take 2 and deal 18 if you have 2 Inferno pluses. Chat. That's okay. Curly thanks for 23 months, appreciate it. So I don't have a rupture in play. Taking a while to kill this stuff. Was there a case for taking the body slant? Taking the body slam's allowed. Doesn't scale particularly well with strength or anything. I think strength is the main thing I usually have going on for me. Oh yeah. All things can exile. Awkward. Order. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I got rid of bad luck, right? Yeah, okay, that's good. We just have to end the fight now because we're very close to being below 40. But yeah, we're hoping to go to exactly 40 at the end of the fight. That's kind of the absolute dream. Just have to kill next turn. Dunk Souls, thank you for the 2 months. It's awesome. Saving a weak potion for the fight where the enemy has all the artifact charges is a little weird. Can I take the gambit? Gosh. I feel like I can. Weirdly, Fasten might block for more. I feel like Fasten blocks for more. Alright, it doesn't block for more. It blocks for 40, and the Gambit blocks for 50. So... But it doesn't make it so if I ever take 1 damage, I die. What does this do? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I didn't populate its AI tree. Bad luck is not attack damage. The only way I take attack damage is if this attacks me for more block than I have. It's pretty hard for it to do that. I wish I had 1 more energy. Didn't I upgrade one of the barricades? Because I could go Gambit and then the Owl's Fury back and Gambit again. That would make me feel actually safe. I'll go for it. Also wish you had 1 more energy. Sometimes life do be like that. He's exhaust, so that 1 card that queues off me exhausting a card works. Mox Paperweight, thank you for the prime. Appreciate it. Don't really want to play the other Infernos. Getting rid of bad luck kind of feels like it wins me the run. Unclear what could really go wrong now. Do I have a bloodletting? I don't have a bloodletting yet. Some good luck right there. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Got myself damage, do myself damage. Got myself damage, got myself damage. Bloodletting, Burning Pact into the other, Bloodletting now, or Rupture rather. Whoops, awkward order. This one, This one. This one. I guess I can use my weak potion whenever I want. I feel like you shouldn't be able to play Wither to exhaust. It probably should be unplayable. That sounds unkind to the player. It is an end of run boss though, so I don't know. Maybe it's okay to be unkind to the player when they're fighting the boss at the end of the run. GG! Nice run. There was one moment after I duplicated deck where I got a little bit low health and was a little bit concerned. The barricade pickup was really nice. I don't know if I win that as easily without the barricade. I think I probably still win it. The other option was Crimson Mantle, right? Like, kind of feels like Crimson Mantle also would have won. All right. What to say? What to say? Times early Inferno, 3 times stone armor, then duplicated deck with a barricade. Rupture for scaling damage. Miss Heavy Blade. Is it in the trash heap? Feels like it would be in the trash heap. No losses on the new patch. Yeah, like, doesn't mean much. Over 6 runs, that's pretty meaningless. It is interesting because, like, I've taken new whale bonuses 4 times out of the 6 runs, and I haven't actually felt like any of them were strong, I don't think. Okay, the glam one was strong both times. That's untrue, actually. The glam one was strong both times, but the fishing rods that I took, like, they were, like, okay. It's possible that the only way... Okay, not the only way. It's possible that one of the ways that I lose the run is by taking whale bonuses, which are, like, actively bad. Like, deal 16 damage to yourself and remove 2 cards. I'm not sure that one's actually a very sensible thing to take. I think of Hourglass versus Doormaker. I don't really care that much. Much damage for move 2 to be worth it. Probably like 10 or something. I think 16 is a bit steep. Depends on the character too, though. Like, I think it's better on Ironclad. Got a higher max HP and a sustain as well. So if you get to a point where your deck's good enough that you're not taking damage in holy fights, all of a sudden you're healing. Flannel Violin! Thanks for the 63 months. Happy Mother's Day. Hope you're doing well. Having 5 or 6 free upgrades throughout the run. It's more like 4. Ironclad has 80 max HP. 75s on Region and Defect. 66, 70. Necrobinder is lower than Silent. I didn't realize that. You missed what's been going on in chat today. Is there some way to recap effort? I don't know. I think I might have turned this off. Does it work? Yeah, I think I turned that functionality off because I was concerned that it was crashing my stream. I could turn it on again. I turned it off at the same time I turned the solitaire and the run thing off, but then I worked out what the problem had been, turned them back on again. And I guess I forgot to turn summarize chat on again. I'll be right back. Good shot. Hi there. What was your counting PB? Does anybody remember? I feel like you got up to like 17 or something. It was very high. I was impressed. I didn't realize that people could cooperate that well. 18? Damn, yeah. Okay. I've won my last 6. I'm pretty sure that 6 is the most I've won in a row. It seems like a great time to throw by picking Kaleidoscope. It's the first time I've been offered it, and it's new, so I kind of have to find out what it's like, yeah? The issue is that I'm playing a silent run. And it doesn't really feel like putting cards that aren't silent cards in my deck for my silent run makes a ton of sense. I can always just skip them. I don't think the other ones are that good. Like 150 gold is good. I think I'm meant to take 150 gold probably. But maybe we'll get like a feed, I don't know. Bloodletting silent. Fascinating. We can make Asti and then... Yeah, this seems terrible. It's bloodletting or nothing, I think. Well, I don't know. I could take Pelagro. Pelagro's fine. Could even take a leap. Pelagro into fetch is, yeah, I mean, that's what we're being offered. I'm gonna take a charge battery, which actually seems like an okay card. And I think I'm just gonna skip these. Is leap not just better than Pelagro? No, I don't think so. Ah, I should have just hit it, probably. Where does Silent keep her battery? I don't know. Would have to ask her. This is the problem with taking charge battery. I'm going to forget that I've played it and then just pass turn with 1 energy floating. Never punished. It's not Noxious Fumes. I do kind of need damage, so I'm going to take an up my sleeve. It is not my preference for damage solutions, but I do think the charge battery makes it a little bit better. Heat up your sleeve. Have you inspected the hate that you hold in your heart? Look inward. More shivs? They're uncommons, they must be good, right? Why else would they be in the game if they weren't good? Yeah, I don't think Up My Sleeve is a card you get to analyze, as though it costs 0, unfortunately. Uncommon means it's comparable in power to acrobatics. I'm not really being offered the strong stuff right now. I might have to take a dagger throw. I don't know, I have to not die somehow. It's good against Mr. Wriggles. Oh. Accuracy? Is it an accuracy run? I was not prepared for an accuracy run. I think maybe Fasan. I took the Shiv uncommons, now we're here, I don't know. Started from the whale, now I'm here. $16, enough. If I were a Magic the Gathering card, I would be a Shivan Dragon. When I was in middle school, one of my friends used to go play the Magic tournaments like at Wizards. I grew up in Seattle. And he had traded for a playset of Shivan dragons, making him, like, basically unbeatable. It's honestly surprising I'm still alive in real life, having been exposed to such power. Interesting that this makes upgraded shivs. So if you have the thing that makes upgraded cards deal more damage, it's better. It's kind of cool. My journey ends here. Fuck. That's unfortunate. You know nothing about magic, but my tone sounded like sarcasm. It's a game which has not been free from power creep over the years. Shivan Dragon is no longer a playable card. But once upon a time it was decent. These don't make shivs, so I don't take them. Weirdly. that's unexpected, but it is the world I seem to currently inhabit. Interesting. Probably not. Oh no, I just ate its egg. Oh, this is very awkward. Got a bunch of upgrades in my deck now, from the Warpaint and the Stonecracker. When you stuck on Ironclad at Ascension 19, slay the Spire 1. I guess pretty good. I don't know. Take a Blade Dance? Just to strike post charge battery. Look. It's a challenging game. This is not a game for children. Shackling Potion seems fine. A C-Dag. Is this what I'm doing? Am I just taking every card that says Shiv? Is there a downside? There's not that much downside. It's not like there's like Time Meter, right? I guess Eon Glass is kind of Time Eater. 8, 26. Snakebite? I can finally get out of shivs? Reflex kinda good. What's good about reflex here? I won! I do wonder a little bit about expertise. Expertise is a sort of card that I think you don't take right at the end of Act 1 because the boss reward and ancient bonus can change your deck substantially such that it's not good anymore. Like, I might end up with a good expertise here, but I also might not. If I get Runic Pyramid, it's, like, not good, right? Whereas if I get a 4th energy, it kind of is good. I don't know which one I'm getting. And it's not like I have to take it. I think I just skip. This one's a good upgrade, this one's a good upgrade. This one's okay. Good upgrade? Is it a good upgrade? I don't know about that. It's an upgrade. I tossed the potion on the ground instead of putting it in recycling. Jorbs is certainly going to have a lot to answer for once the Inquisitions start. I do use this, do I? Hope not. It's awkward if I draw neutralize, but I guess it's okay. Hope I had a good weekend. Thank you. There's still so much more weekend now. It's only 4:30. I can stay up until like at least 3 AM so that no one can make me have to experience Monday. Do anything for Mother's Day? Not yet. Yet. Hmm. Ouch. Well fought, Jimothy Crimbus. That's a knife trap. Adrenaline. Fuck. It's kind of a good deflect. I have not taken many deflects since I installed this game. It would have been nice if the rare was, like, pickable or whatever. I don't think we care about Nightmare, though. Valorant doesn't work. Master Planner doesn't work. Shut. I think I'd just rather have Untouchable than Deflect. It just blocks more. Yeah. It's just a better card. Have 0 cost 8 block. It feels like not one of the things I have, but okay. I could Nightmare my Deflect. Hello and good luck. Alright, drawing it to Knife Trap there would have been the appropriate punishment for how I had played. Piercing Whale. This kind of seemed like a deck that needs a Piercing Whale. Got triple Nightmare and Apparition Plus. Enchanted with Soul's Power today. I would have hated it. I hated reading about it. I am suddenly just full of hatred. Yeah. You're not wrong. Was he offered 20? God, that's obscene. I guess, like, Eat on the Bone exists or something. If I hit Phantom Blades, it's enough. If I hit Blade Dance, it's enough. Charge Batteries is... I might just discard... Oh, I can discard Strike. Who is Jimothy Crimbers? That's what everybody's been asking. I don't think anyone knows for sure. Precise Cut looks decent. Doesn't really do the thing my deck is doing though. Work upgrade looks good, yeah. I just take gold. I think I could use the extra card draw. I just have to pay attention to it. And then we buy 2 cards at the shop. Duplicate footwork plus. A blade dance? Removing strikes is good. Upgrading prepared is like removing a strike? Kind of. Kind of. Removing cards should lower the counter on the book. I wouldn't hate it. I think it's a bit of complexity creep, probably, in ways that people wouldn't like. Unfortunately, I think I kind of have to hit this with shivs over and over again. You're out here having to make doors by yourself now. I think you can do it. It's a pretty good turn. Also, a pretty good turn. Okay, we're through Mr. B's. I got another Blade Dance. I think this one's Escape Plan. We've added quite a few Blade Dances to the deck. It's my Heart of Iron, probably, which means actually I do want to strike. Do I? What do I do if I got an email inviting me to... Let me read this again. Inviting me to Mr. B's studio where he films the Bees games. I don't know. Have to think about it, yeah? It's about to proc, so I have to play 2 more ships. Ouch. When I stream on YouTube, does it count as YouTube Jorbs content? Has YouTube Jorbs been stealing my stream footage again? That is going to be a rough lawsuit to be embroiled in. Not looking forward to it. First Untouchable's been doing okay. I think he owes me the world. I just take a Cloak and Dagger. Is this fight a fight I should use that potion for? This turn seems really bad. I think I'm going to. Jorbs even talks about the music I'm listening to, not his own playlists. That's just weird. A weird guy. Sure. Trying to pay attention to Pollinus score. I think I'm doing an okay job of it. Feels like I kill it next turn no matter what. Yeah, I do. Got 52 in these 4 ships. Up my sleeve has just been a blade dance that costs more. Pretty impressive. Leading strike. Oh my god. I think I'm taking prepared over aggro here. It doesn't feel like an incredible aggro. And it does feel like a very good prepared. All the normal cards are diluting the shivs. Kinda true, though. Dead, yeah? The tiny mailbox will fill up my potions before the boss fight. That's nice. I think Finisher is just kind of a worse version of Knife Trap here. I think maybe I can take a blur though. Now that I have this blur, if I take a card, I heal 20 and then I get to upgrade instead of rest. But I would lose 2 potions, so maybe it's not worth. I don't know. I'll just go here. Ah, well. Cool. Thanks, game. Choice is an illusion, Michael. Hunter Killer, like, theoretically strong against this deck. Hopefully 6 dexterity is enough. Are those supposed to be whiskers? These? The mandibles? I don't know. Okay, I did them in the wrong order and could have gotten 1 more damage. My bad. Let's take a dodge and roll. Heal 20. I don't have to rest now. Instead, I can upgrade a prepared. Dodge and roll is actually a really good card with double footwork too. If only I had those copies of footwork right now. This is Knife Drop's fight. We have only just reached the part of the run where Knife Drop offers us something. Hopefully it comes through. Always strikes you as amazing coincidence that all the best music came out during the era in which you were an emotionally impressionable person. True. Just one of those coincidences, I suppose. This fight has been quite scary. Hmm. Blur. And knife drop, I guess. Okay, still have to kill this, like, entirely. Oh, I did it. Oh, I didn't do it. Weak even. Wasn't even close. Cool. Cool. This is lethal next turn? This was not a pleasant fight. The pleasant fight. I gotta work out something to do with my 5 strikes. They are an issue. I could take a bleed of ink. Not sure that like makes the strikes better, but it sure gives me 2 inky shivs. Yeah. So we're going glitter. The one that beats shivs, nice. Feeling an appropriate amount of regret for clicking on a card that made a shiv in this run. I guess the boss also punishes glam. Footwork. Footwork. I should just do this, actually. Hey, piercing whale was good. Should have gotten compact at the start of the run. I don't think I would have taken it. But it would be funny to, like, lament the fact that I didn't take it, now that we're here. I do feel like this fight is a little out of place, like vibes-wise. Why is there a turret operator with a minigun? They just can shoot us with miniguns. What are they doing the rest of the stuff for? Also, when they shoot me with a minigun, I don't die. Isn't that a bit strange? I'm gonna take the snake bite. Replay on it. Oh, this just hits harder. Okay, sure. The robots feel less weird because I assume that they were like made a long time ago, and that's why they can shoot guns at me. Such cool cards. It's my favorite new relic. I did like Book of Five Rings before it got buffed. Now it feels a bit strong. Kind of oppressive, actually. The one that makes retain cards cost 1 less on Necrobinder has been fun. It's hard not to click on the leading strike given what the other cards in my deck are, right? I think that makes sense. Lose 11, get a Regal Pillow. Alright. Works for me. Kunai would be real nice. That would be real nice. Is my deck bad enough that I'm going to actually get killed by an axe spot? I think the answer is no. Fortunately. Ew. Ten shivs is what? Very close. I'm hoping that this kills it, and then the Inky shivs can go on the next one. Yeah. Might as well retain them, though. I should have retained them more. I thought this didn't attack me every turn. My bad. And constantly debuffed. Why am I holding the shivs? Oh. Why not? They have retain. It's another leading strike. What advantage is there mechanically over damage now? Why does there have to be one? I think I'm taking deflect over leading strike, but I'm not sure that it's right. We have this and this to hopefully kill Eon Glass. Might work. Thanks for that 69 months, Whalerfish. I think that's the first time I've ever taken deflect. Oh, I need to play one more card. I bet. I need to change how I'm tracking stats to separate cards when they have replay on them so that I can go back to never having taken deflect in my stats. Knife Trap should see shivs that you've exhausted without playing, I think. Seems like it would to me. I like the way it accelerates. Like the first couple of plays are a bit slow and then it starts going super quick. This backflip seems like a good card. Draw 4 and stuff. Unfortunately, shivs do actually cost energy to play. Should be called Book of 20 Rings. You could work in like advertising or something. Insights like that, damn. This is an awkward leading strike. I mean, honestly, everything about this is pretty awkward. I think this is okay. Keeping the potions is a little greedy. I do have a thing. Recall Pillow. Maybe dead. Looks like not dead. Clarity, Extract, Pendulum. More card draw. I think I'm into this dodge roll. Ah, shit. What am I discarding? A Shiv? Surely not. Weird that it doesn't give me energy when I attack it. Right? Isn't that weird? I have to like beat this one for real or something. Do you have a piercing whale? Whoo! Find it strange to play silent and not have a runic pyramid? Hey, me too. I don't think this Acro does that much. I've got a lot of card draw. I think the dodge and roll does, though. Vulnerable is kind of cool, isn't it? Does it deal more damage than Flex Potion? I don't know, it's close. It might, actually. Skipping Acro feels blasphemous. Not really an acrobatics deck. Been down, thanks for the 60 months, appreciate it. Maybe I want to play neutralize? Maybe I just wanted to exhaust. Chandelier? God damn. $14, $26, $37. That's how much I'm looking for. Welcome to floor 44. What's the benefit of letting it exhaust? I won't have to draw it again. This is going better than the one where the knight thing hit me for big damage. That was very rude. These knights are a little bit more measured. It's giving me extra cards on the turn that I get extra energy right now, which is pretty nice. Oh my god, we could replay a calculated gamble? Man, it's pretty good. I think I will take Assassinate here. It's like fine. Mostly the strips artifact charges from Eon Glass. It's also good against the experiment, I guess. It's good against both. Calculated gamble. Maybe I take calculated gamble for Eon Glass actually. I have no energy. Yeah, maybe that's better. Pity that it does it twice. Don't actually want that. It would be better if it didn't have replay in this case. Nah, I'm gonna go Assassinate. My Act 3 Ancient bonus is giving all of the cards replay. Do I want a gold axe? It seems like a much worse version of Knife Drop. Like, much worse. Guess I probably doubt them. Do I want an Infinite Blades? Kind of. Kind of want an Infinite Blades. You think paper is good? I don't think it's that good. It actually fairly often draws us a card we really have to play on a turn where we can't play it. No defensive potions. I wonder if strength potion is better than vulnerable potion, maybe. Is Infinite Blades more or fewer blades than a leading strike? More. Hidden Daggers should just discard the statuses. Seems kind of good too, actually. If I go Hidden Daggers, Infinite Blades, I'm at full health. Quotation marks. Did I take the thing? Dead? Okay. Maybe I don't need vulnerable potion then. Go strength potion instead. I remember you. You were kind of terrible last time. Terrible isn't like terrifying. Yeah, like I said, I think paper just kind of draws us a footwork when we have 0 energy, and then I can't play footwork, and then I lose the run. Don't think it's very good there. It'd be so cool to find accuracy off this card draw. Okay, we need the Joss paper. How awkward. Good block, though. Does the deck thirst for adrenaline? Adrenaline feels like it would help. Hi, Knife Trap. Ooh. Okay, more energy. Wow, 6 shivs or replay dodge and roll. Those are pretty good. Expose is also kind of good. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm lit! You and Keyblade's good. I'm not sure I understand this Eon Glass fight. How do I, like, not die? I use both potions on it, maybe? Just seems like it hard counters replay, which is my entire deck. I think I'm taking the dodge and roll. So much block. Strength and dex. That seems better than strength. That's a huge amount of damage, huh? 72 damage or something? Why does it hit me on turn 1? The Doormaker never used to do that. Messed up. I'm glad that we put a boss that counters shivs in the deck, in the game. Lord knows that's what the game needed. Ow. I have to survive until the next time I draw that, I think. I do have accuracy. Knife Trap will generate a lot of withers when I play it, yeah. Once I'm through my draw pile the first time, I think I'm pretty good. Just have to get through my draw pile the first time. Five, 8. Ouch. Card that one, and this one maybe? Alright, you draw a pile. I can start discarding this shit now. That is somebody else's problem. If I don't kill it, this draw pile, it's my problem, but hopefully I just kill it this draw pile. Feeling good about the second Hidden Daggers pickup. Rather dodge and roll or leg sweep? I'd rather dodge and roll? $21 times 2. Oh, it's a knife trap. Having -2 strength this turn doesn't bring joy. (22 times 8 is... Twitch chat? 22 times 8 is 176. Short. I don't really want a potion. Gaff the potion. Ah, hold on. Some of them are inky shivs, yeah? 2 of them. It doesn't actually matter if I do it before or after, though, yeah? Oh my god, it does. What?! Fucking hell. Alright. Might have lost the run to that. Awkward. Was like an okay turn one. $9.99. You like beating Remnant for this fight? Okay. Blur Survivor. Looks decent. This run might come down to whether I draw thing on an intangible turn or not. Thing, you know? Could definitely see that deciding the run. I'm just saving Piercing Whale and Dodge and Roll for later. I'll let next turn, right? 3, 7, 9. I have 9 shivs plus this one. At least if we survive, we have meat on the bones, so true. I guess I have Retain as well. For when I draw shivs on the turn where it's intangible. I don't really want a Leading Strike in my next draw pile. But I do want Dodge and Roll and Defend. If I do this, I think. I can't believe drinking the potion when I had one slot left didn't work. That's... Feels like discrimination or something. The snake bite going. Okay. Hopefully we kill it next turn. He's got my hand. On my hand, right? I don't remember. Sketchy run. Sketchy run, but we got there. Some iffy moments, to be sure. I can't believe that shiv potion didn't give me a shiv. I drank it when there was space. Weird for me not to remember where the burns go after 300 plus hours. So the reason for that is that there's no reason for me to dedicate any of my brain space to what the bosses do, because I always beat them. That is awkward, but representative of the current state of the game. I don't always beat them. I lost a Necrominder run 10 days ago against them. And prior to that, I lost against them on April 15th. So basically, in the last... Oh, actually, I died to them a little bit in here. I was going to say in the last month I've died to them twice, but slightly more than that, actually. My total architect damage did get reset, yeah. My save file got overwritten by my other profile. It was very weird. I was able to reconstruct it from run histories, but I don't think I can reconstruct my architect damage because that's stored on their server side. Tried out Kaleidoscope. And a charge battery actually did okay. The charge battery was good that run. For sure. Ended up with some shivs and it was weird, and then I won. Exclamation mark spire should be the link to this spreadsheet, I believe. Are the enemy movesets too weak, or are the cards too strong? It's Spire 2. Maybe time to update the channel title then. Okay, you have to understand we are talking about me, not how the game should be overall. Just like what would work better for me. What would work better for me would be more interplay between the things you can do and what the enemies punish you for. An enemy that punished you for drawing cards, an enemy that punished you for playing skills, stuff like that. There are limited examples of things which do that a bit in this game. But like take Experiment Phase 1, for example. It gains strength whenever you play a skill. It doesn't matter, because the strength gets reset when you kill it and it has 100 health. So just completely irrelevant. Like, functionally, it looks like what that does is punish you for building a deck which plays lots of skills, but functionally what it does is it deals you like 10 damage if you have a deck that plays lots of skills. Just not actually a thing. So. I think a reasonable Ascension 10 win rate is whatever you want it to be. I think winning like half of your runs is incredibly good. You're really asking what the word reasonable means rather than anything else. If it kept strength, it would not be unbalanced. It would be challenging. The end bosses should be unbalanced insofar as, like, there should be things that don't work very well against them. The puzzle of the run that the end bosses... Okay. Sorry, we have to rewind. I am speaking for what would make the game fun for me. Again. Rewind a little bit. What deck doesn't play a skill? I mean, if playing a skill kills you against one of the end bosses, then every deck doesn't play a skill against phase 1 of the end boss. That's like... What the end bosses are define what the game is. If there is an end boss that you fight in 2/3 of the runs, and if you play a skill against it before you've dealt 100 damage to it, you never want to go to the end bosses with a deck that can't deal 100 damage to it before they play a skill. So it vastly changes how the run works. You might have a deck that does have skills that it needs to play, in which case you might have to get potions or relics cleverly in order to deal with it. You might have to take innate attacks. Stuff like that. Rose, thanks for the 50 months, appreciate it! I think the first game, Act 3 bosses accomplished that. Not really, but they were better at it in early access. The problem with Spire 1 is that like every patch was a player buff for 2 years in a row, basically. So when we started playing, the game was much harder, and like time eaters mechanics mattered a lot more. Awakened ones mechanics never mattered that much, but they mattered a bit more. The only deck I have were always just hit points, really. But then yeah, like as you create more stuff in the game that's good for the player, the mechanics start to not matter very much. Like, Time Eater's mechanic matters a lot, but if you put Cultist Potion in the game, so any deck can get scaling strength over the course of the fight, then even like a Shiv deck can now beat Time Eater comfortably just by getting one potion, kind of things. That potion wasn't in the game always. You didn't used to be able to get a potion that would give you scaling strength over the course of a fight. I'm not playing a regen run right now. I have to go out, dinner and stuff. Dinner and karaoke tonight for me. Did you forge the patches 1 branches for Jorbs? I have conceptualized for myself maintaining a branch that had tougher act bosses at the end of Act 3. I don't think I want to do it yet. Should at least like wait until Act 4 comes out. But that is the main thing that I think about the Act 3 bosses, is that like every deck I take to the Act 3 bosses kills them without really having to care about their mechanics. Chat says Happy Mother's Day. Do they? So far, only you do. I don't play the custom game mode that has extra difficulty. It kind of just makes my experience of the game not useful. Anyone? Like from an entertainment perspective, it might still be fun for people to watch me do that. But in terms of like being useful as a way to give people advice on how to play a certain deck or get better at a certain thing or whatever, if I'm playing a different game from other people, my ability to do that is a lot lower. Also, I'm still having fun, so I don't really need to change stuff. Giving the bosses more mechanics would be an interesting assumption. I honestly don't know what the boss mechanics are, so I don't know. Like, it's possible that you could just tweak the numbers up on a couple of turns and it would do it. It feels like Eon Glass, like, attacks for the same amount every turn and takes away one of your energy sometimes. I've only fought Eon Glass a few times, but that's kind of been how it's felt. I guess it's the turn where you have less strength than ducks, but not like in a late game way. Another thing about the bosses is that they don't like feel like they acknowledge that you're in late game. Like -3 strength and dex, like okay, but it's late game. Like my deck has 8 dex, so -3 doesn't matter that much. That kind of thing. There's a buff turn with no attacks for Eon Glass. Yeah. I feel like Eon Glass does scale. I feel like the bosses scale okay. Like, I do have to put damage in my deck. I think they scale better than they did in Spire 1. In Spire 1, sometimes I would go into the boss gauntlet and just, like, not really have damage, and the bosses didn't scale enough for it to matter. Like, 1 Malaise kills Time Eater. Awakened 1 doesn't scale unless you play powers, so you just don't have to. Unudaka do kind of scale, but very slowly. Test Subject Phase 1 and 2 are great. Yeah, like, they're pretty good. Maybe Phase 1 needs, like, slightly more health for me, I don't know, but, I think against Test Subject, it feels like the mechanics are interesting and it's dying because the card pool's really strong, whereas the other bosses just feel like they're dying because they're not much harder than hallway fights kind of thing. Yeah, I think Act 4 will probably add some more difficulty to the boss gauntlet kind of stuff. My concept for Test Subject being more interesting is it's an Act 1 elite, Act 2 elite, and Act 3 elite from Slay the Spire 1, right? My concept for it being more interesting is randomize the phases so the player doesn't know what to prepare for. So you can have Gremlin Knob, or you can have Lagavulin, or you can have Sentries. And then you can have Book of Stabbing or Nemesis. No. What are the other? Book of Stabbing or Gremlin Leader or Slavers, and then you can have a Giant Head Nemesis or Reptimancer. That was like my Hell mode idea for that boss fight. I have like Hell mode concepts, like if this enemy were pushed in the direction that it is to a point where it was very, very challenging, what would that look like? The door was literally just, it steals every 10th card you draw. They already put that in the game. I thought it was really good. I missed that version of the door. I guess the door is entirely gone now. Collector, I think, is you don't ever unbind a card unless you've played it. maybe you have to reset that when the minion dies. Like, you gotta reset on the cards in your deck when the minion dies, but like, in general, the longer the fight goes, the more of your cards are bound. And then Eon Glass, I don't know, because I don't really conceptually understand what Eon Glass does. Hopefully Act 4 has a bigger health pool rather than have a damage mitigation mechanic. Many people don't block properly, just tank HP. Yeah, there's very little that stops you from just having a deck that kills the enemy and having enough health that you don't die until the enemy's dead. Like, the Heart would kill a deck like that every time instead of the Spire one. You can only deal 200 damage to it per turn max, so it's going to take you at least 4 turns to kill it, usually longer. And it hits you for the amount of health you reasonably have in a run in the first 3 turns. And gives you statuses. My ideal version of the game, how often would I win? Anything within like plus or minus 30 and 50% has felt fun for me in games. Once it gets above 80%, it starts being a little bit iffy. But I think my enjoyment of games is based on like playing games with other people. Like, I grew up playing chess, for example. If you play in a chess tournament with people who are about your skill level, you win about half the time. Or you draw sometimes, but you know. The idea of playing a game and just like winning almost every time is very strange to me. That's not the way that I've played games through my life, really. I don't know what my win rate is now. I have won this much recently. That's above 80% over those, but obviously I started when I started winning and left out the 3 losses beforehand, so. Since here, that is 49 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 49 and 14 losses, so 35. So that's a bit over 70%. I think I've improved since. I mean, that's 2.5 weeks ago. I'm better than I was there. So probably somewhere in the 70 to 80% range, maybe. My graph thinks... Oh, it hasn't updated. It thought before the stream that I was winning 68.9%. Maybe. This is like slow to update. It starts believing I win 50% and then updates slowly over time, so... The thing that happened in the Eon Glass site just then, where I generated statuses and then discarded them after I went through my first draw pile because like I was committing to never having to draw them again, that was actually really fun. I liked that. It did feel like I was playing the deck that was weakest to Eon Glass, and the fight was like pretty well balanced. Where if that's going to be the case for the deck that is weakest against the boss, like every other deck is just going to absolutely roll the fight, right? It's just going to utterly annihilate it and not be interesting. I don't know. But the thing with like Hidden Daggers, where I was able to discard Withers later on in the fight, that was pretty cool. There were some choices to play them. I got kind of owned by them when I used Knife Trap and forgot I was going to get a handful. Yeah, I think there are quite a lot of cards that trivialize the retained statuses. Exhausting Withers caused Eon Glass to increase in strength. Something like that would be cool. Yeah, something that made the fight more like your deck is just constantly getting build with withers would be fun. Does every character have a way to deal with that? Necrobinder doesn't, right? You can make it ethereal in your hand. So Ironclad has like second wind, fiend fire, no problem. Silent has a bunch of discard, no problem. Regent has like guards. What else does Regent have? Stuff that targets something in your hand. Tyranny, I guess. That's 2 rares. I think you kind of need like an uncommon that can interact with the fight if you're doing it that heavily. It's one of the issues of like creating all the characters before before you introduce a boss to the game is whether the card pool interacts with the boss fight or not decides whether the fight's interesting to a pretty heavy extent. And then you have like interesting decisions where like in Act 1 maybe Sculpting Strike's a little bit worse than the other thing that you're being offered, but how many damage combos you really want? Is it worth it to take the one that's slightly worse now in order to have one that's good in the boss fight later? It's good to introduce like decisions which last for 3 acts in consequence because it gives a lot more complexity to the decision. Hey Dieter! Oh yeah, Be Gone. That's Regent's common. Yeah, obviously. Necrobinder has Eidolon, I guess. But again, that's a rare. What if Withers had something similar to Eternal that works in the fight? No transform, no exhaust. It starts to get complicated, introducing an entire keyword for the fight. Effect has some stuff that, oh yeah, compact. Yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, when you like introduce statuses as a boss mechanic as aggressively as Aeon Glass has them, like some of the cards in the game that were completely reasonable to have in the game before just get a little silly. Alright, I gotta go.